The French Revolution. Between 1787 until 1799, there was a period of intense social upheaval known as the French Revolution. It aimed to rethink the essence of political authority and radically alter the relationship between the rulers and those they controlled. The battle between revolutionary and conservative forces continued back and forth. Causes of French Revolution. And there were numerous causes. The bourgeoisie, merchants, producers, and professionals had risen to positions of financial influence but were shut out of political influence. They had very little rights and most were getting poorer and poorer because of their social standing. The idea that the monarchy was divinely ordained had faded. Revolution was all but inevitable when the king moved to impose higher taxes on the poor and extend them to groups who had previously been excluded. The bourgeoisie took exception to being shut out of positions of authority. Peasants grew less eager to uphold the surviving tenets of the feudal system as they became conscious of their inferior status in society. Intellectuals known as philosophes promoted social reform and were well read in France. The American Revolution had aided in bringing France dangerously close to financial ruin. France has lately had a population explosion, and in addition to the country's economic woes, a large portion of the country experienced crop failures. The French monarchy was unable to respond to new political and social forces because it was no longer popularly believed to be divinely ordained. French Revolution led to war while agreeing to a new constitution and the people's sovereignty. King Louis XVI of France also dispatched agents to the leaders of neighboring nations to ask for their assistance in regaining his position of authority. Many revolutionaries, particularly the Girondins, thought that for the revolution to succeed, it had to take hold across all of Europe. During the French Revolution, an Austro-Prussian army invaded the country. French Revolution success. The French Revolution was a failure in some ways. Thoughts of representational democracy and fundamental property rights did, however, catch on, and they helped plant the seeds for the subsequent uprisings of 1830 and 1848. French Revolution's effects. For the first time in over 150 years, the Estates General met. The National Constituent Assembly was subsequently established as a result. The Declaration of Human and Citizen Rights was published by the Assembly. The National Convention, which formed the French Republic and replaced the Assembly, abolished the monarchy. Other European nations were alarmed by the revolution's actions, which sparked a war between France and Austria, Prussia, and Great Britain. For treachery, King Louis XVI and his wife Marie Antoinette were put to death. When the Jacobins took over the National Convention, they started the Reign of Terror, during which alleged revolutionaries were put to death. A constitution that established a 5-member directory and a bicameral legislature was passed by Girondins who survived the Reign of Terror. To retain its power, the directory mainly relied on the military, which was commanded by Napoleon Bonaparte. The directory was overthrown by Bonaparte, starting the Napoleonic period.